obviously, with Ohio State winning it all, it adds a wrinkle, potentially, to any commentary I might say into a certain microphone in a certain town of the Pro Football Hall of Fame in August. It's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. It's going to be
pretty fun.
Because I have something to say. They've got maybe the last word to say.
You're going to get interrupted a lot.
They may have the last word to say, actually, but I'm the one with the live microphone, so technically I will have the last word no matter what words are said.
Right.
And then it can get a little bit out of control, right? What was the drop that you just played? What was that?
I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Yeah, that's good. Very good.
Man, I want to go this year. I just want to see it.
Canton, Ohio, also the home of Michael, who's calling into the Rich Eisen Show right now.
Nice.
What's up, Michael?
Hello.
What's up, Michael?
Oh,
how you doing? Longtime fan. Glad to be on.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Michael. What's on your mind today?
Well, I was actually in the middle of watching your reaction to the Ohio State game, and I know you being a huge fan of the team up north and me being an Ohio State fan. I wanted to put up a little information on why some Ohio State fans don't really seem to like Ryan Day that much.
Okay, Michael. So before you get into this, so this is the leopard-like face eating that I was referring to earlier.
Apparently, yeah. I'm a little bit nicer than those people, but
okay, very good. All right, but those people exist, right, Michael? Those people exist.
Team. I like our rivalry. It's
okay,
cool.
Very good. So I'll give you the floor now. My bad. You have the floor.
Basically, our problem with Ryan Day is, one, he's not proven to us, at least a lot of us hardcore Ohio State fans. He came in, handed a team from another coach that was really, really good and didn't do all that well with him. Now, he's a good coach. Don't get me wrong. I respect him. He's working hard. And we won us a national championship. That's great. But as you know, and as I know, the main thing is the game.
Come on.
And
Michael, first of all, you just said your coach was indeed, you confirmed he was born on third base. I get it. That said, really? You didn't use any past tense. You're not like he was a guy we viewed that way. You still on this very day view him in this way.
Yeah.
Michael.
I watched the game last night, and what I saw was one half of football being played or coached, and then the other half not being coached. That's where I had an issue. He took the foot off the pedal. He does this a lot. Usually if he gets out to a huge lead, he lets the other teams get back into games and freaks us out at the same time. It's like, why not just keep the gas pedal down and win the game? Why stress everybody out and make these questions come up? And then other coaches get in his head, like your coach for Michigan. They completely confuddled him. He didn't know what to do in that game. So it really leads to me to think that he's still not knowing what he's doing half the time. And he's really relying on the team, which is really good, and the other coaching staff to get him through. Like I said, I respect him, but I don't think he's that good of a coach.
Even on this day, you call into the show, and you give me that piece of.
For a lot of us hardcore guys, the national championship's great, but what we want to see is, no offense, your team losing. We hire guys to beat your team. That's the reason why they're there.
You guys are sick,
coaching.
man.
What are you here to do? Beat Michigan. Thank you.
You guys are sick.
What do you mean, you guys? Don't drag me into Michael from Canton's
both
category.
Of these fan bases. You'd rather have your enemy lose than you win, it seems like.
Excuse me.
I'm a Browns fan also, so we got off the passion of the game, and the teams that we can't stand and seeing them fail. The national championship's great, but it's about the passion of hating the team that you hate.
Okay. Now, obviously, you had me at hello with that one. Michael, I'm going to give you one last minute here to have the floor, because when we do, in fact, put this on YouTube and everything else that we always have in terms of our show for content, and when we do have this show re-air and other things, your comments will be heard from some Ohio State fans that think you might be a little too harsh here the day after Ryan Day finally does, in fact, do it, and that you might be, on the border of a certain fringe that once upon a time was called by somebody who was once upon a time a darling of your world in Kirk Herbstreit, lunatic. How do you?
Hey, I don't mind being a lunatic. I'm a Browns fan. I have to be a lunatic.
Okay, so how do you respond if people are like, that this is still even a bridge too far a day after winning it all? Michael?
Well, I mean, each fan takes how they win and lose games in their own way, and each fan base is different in their own passions. And there's a lot of hardcore people. Again, national championship's great, but the game is the game, and that's what matters the most to us.
Michael, thank you for the call. We'll see you in Canton in August.
Wow. I'm with TJ. You guys are all nuts.
Why are you dragging me into this?
Because you're like that.
I'm not like that. Excuse me, pal. Hold on a second.
I'm saying you're like that in the sense that this means more to you than any other thing in sports. It's just.
Well, I mean, I went to the school, so yes, that game. No, but the rivalry is huge. It is the biggest rivalry in sports.
College sports?
No.
All of sports.
Name me another one. Go ahead.
I think it matters most to the people involved. I think nationally, it's not as big as you guys think.
Really? It's the highest rated regular season college football game
because it's on TV and it's the end of the season.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I mean, I say Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are the number one feud, right? But that's just
no.
Me.
I mean, no, that's.
I get it.
That's with all due respect. You know,
anyone who's involved in something thinks that's the most important thing that's happening.
I understand that.
So it's.
But don't drag me into that. Last year, if Michigan was 14-1 and won the national championship but lost to Ohio State, I wouldn't be saying Jim's got to go or he's not as good because. Well, he couldn't beat Ohio State this year, or has a losing record. Ohio State,
I'm just
get
saying,
out of here. I wouldn't be saying that.
You wouldn't go that
you
far.
You kind of wanted Jim go. He couldn't beat Michigan. He couldn't beat Ohio State.
I never once said into this microphone.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the school made him take a pay cut because he couldn't beat Ohio State, and then he left. He flirted with the Vikings, and then went to the NFL anyway.
But he also didn't win the Big Ten, because back in the day, winning or losing that game meant winning the Big Ten or not, or getting to the Big Ten championship game or not.
Right.
So, as it did this year again, by the way. It's just the winner didn't go. The loser was kept from going. And then the loser of the Big Ten championship game got an easier path than either of the two teams, the one who won it and the one who missed out on it. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.